All right, so today is just a video. It's not going to be an ed puzzle just because it's a lot of information. All right, so we are going to start with linear trigonometric equations, then we'll go to quadratic. But pretty much what you need to know is that on your unit circle, it's on the Cartesian coordinate plane. So you're following the same, like everyone's all x and y are both positive in quadrant 1. Then you have negative x, positive y in quadrant 2. Then you have a negative, negative in quadrant 3, and then you have a positive, negative in quadrant 4. So pretty much, since xy transfers to be cosine sine on the unit circle, you're dealing with everybody's positive in quadrant 1. So all your sine and cosine and tangent angles and their reciprocals are all positive in quadrant 1. In quadrant 2, the students, the acronym is all students take calculus, students start for sine, because sine is positive, everybody else is negative. That also means the reciprocal functions too. So sine and cosecant are positive in quadrant 2. Cosine and secant are negative, tangent and cotangent are negative. Quadrant 3, negative, negative. So both your cosine and your sines are negative, but all students take, the T stands for take, but it's for your tangent. In quadrant 3, tangent is positive because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. And then in quadrant 4, your cosine is positive. So it says all students take calculus, and these letters represent which trig function's positive in that quadrant. All right, why does that matter? We have to talk about reference angles again real quick. All right, so remember a reference angle is your terminal angle to the x-axis. So in quadrant 1, it's super easy because your terminal angle is the same, your angle is the same going up and going down. So this is still quadrant 1, the angle is just the angle. In quadrant 2, here is the angle we're talking about, okay? Your reference angle is from the angle to the x-axis. Therefore, it's 180 minus this angle will give me this, and that's what we need moving forward. Quadrant 3, it's going to be that. So you're dealing with 180, because we know the line is 180, plus whatever the reference angle is. And quadrant 3 is going to be 360 minus the angle to give you what's that gap that's missing. Hopefully that made sense. I feel like that was a little wordy. All right, here we go. So we're going to solve the equation for the trig function, treat it like a variable. Solve the reference angle, use the calculator to make sure you are in degree mode, and you are using sine inverse, cosine inverse, tangent inverse to find the angle. Step 3, where is the ratio positive or negative? Use the chart on the page before, find the angle. I forgot to get a calculator. Okay, so pretty much it says find all angles between 0 and 360. So one time around within the unit circle that satisfy equations below to the nearest tenth of a degree, if necessary. Okay, so pretty much it's saying 7 times the sine of theta plus the square root of 22 equals 0. Therefore, we are solving, this is really saying like 7x plus radical 22. Okay. I'm going to solve, so you would solve this for sine theta like you would treat it like a variable. So you would, this equals 0. Subtract the radical 22. So then you get 7x equals negative radical 22, divide by 7, divide by 7. So therefore you're looking for the sine of theta equals negative radical 22 over 7. Okay, this is telling you to find the angle. This negative, it really means nothing right now because you just need the reference angle. So we're going second trig sine negative 1, negative second radical 22, divided by 7. Make sure you put that parenthesis in there because it's going to matter. This would give you 42 degrees. Oh, I put the negative in there. It really doesn't matter. You just need the reference angle, which in this case is 42 degrees. Okay, so now you need to tell me where is sine negative. Well, we know sine is positive in 1 and 2. Therefore, it's negative in 3 and 4. So I know sine is negative in 3 and 4. Okay, so now I got to know what to do. In quadrant 3, I'm doing 180 plus the angle. So I'm going to go 180 plus 42 is going to equal 222 degrees. And in quadrant 4, it's going to be 360 minus 42, which gives you 318 degrees. Done. All right, let's do the next one. Find all angles. Find all angles. So between 0 and 360. Again, it just has to be within those parameters that satisfy the equation below to the nearest tenth of a degree if necessary. Okay, so you have sine of A plus 4 equals 2 sine of A plus 8. So again, you're going to solve this like you would solve an equation. So that's like term is this guy. All right, so now I'm going to get 4 sine A equals 4. Divide by 4, so I'm going to get sine of A equals 1. Now, some of you will know what that is off the top of their head. If not, you're going to hit second PRB, sine of negative 1 of 1, and you're going to get 90 degrees, okay? It's only 1 because remember that's on the unit circle. Here is 0, 1, and that's the only place that sine is. It's a quadrantal, all that good stuff. All right. All right. I don't know where I hit pause. This is going to have to be 2 videos. I'm really sorry, guys. Let me hit